Hi everyone, this is a video I was hesitant to make, but today I'll be going through some of my predictions for K-pop in 2021. Please remember that no hate is intended towards any of these groups. These are just things that seem likely to me, whether or not I want them to happen. Let me know what you think in comments and let's start. In my opinion, Stray Kids absolutely own 2020. They had the best releases of the year and I trust them to keep to that standard next year. With all the new fans that God's Menu and Backdoor brought in, I think they stand a chance at Song of the Year if they get nominated. Of course there's the usual competition, but I still think they have a strong chance next year. Let's burn it up. With Big Hit taking over a lot of companies and Luna being under BBC, I honestly think we might see them joining Big Hit labels next year. Whether it will be for better or worse. Luna have bad management right now and I don't know if their current company holds the best future for them. It all depends on how BBC cope next year, but even if not Luna, I still see Big Hit acquiring another popular group, maybe even 80s honestly. This is more just my personal hope, but with the members finally back from their service, I hope SM gives SHINee the reunion comeback they deserve. Despite the hiatus, they haven't lost any fans. If anything, they've gained so many, and I think we can all agree that a SHINee comeback is what K-pop needs. I know everyone and their mother has been waiting for an IOI reunion for the past few years, and I genuinely think we might get it in 2021. Each of the members are at a stable enough point in their new groups or solo careers, and from a marketing and business perspective, it would definitely be a good idea. I can imagine the girls would also be excited, and it just seems much more likely to happen next year than in previous years. Despite all the racism they face with the Grammys, I genuinely don't see anyone being able to beat BTS. They're at the top of their game, and if anyone deserves a Grammy, it's them. Whether or not you are an ARMY, their success and impact are undeniable, and the only way they'll lose is if the award is rigged. Personally, Love to Girls was my favorite concept from Blackpink, and I think a lot of people agree. I hope they move from Girl Crush into a more mature style, similar to the album. I can see them sticking with Girl Crush for B-sides like Pretty Savage. But for the most part, they seem to be growing a lot musically, and I am honestly really excited to see how they follow up from the success of this comeback. I'm sure I'm not the only one anticipating this news, but I'm certain a member of Stray Kids is in a relationship. Firstly, we all know that YG had a lot of scandals between 2018 and 2019. And SM basically went to hell this past year, so it seems fitting that JYP is next. 2020 is also coincidentally Stray Kids' 3rd anniversary, meaning their dating ban ends. As of right now, I have some suspicions as to which members it could be, but that is something I don't want to reveal. I just think the timing all adds up a little too well. I personally don't care, but if I see anyone hating on them if they do end up dating, it is on sight. Since Kingdom only seem to want established groups, I think we'll see groups like Astro, Victon, Ace and Monsta X on Kingdom, but groups that are from smaller companies will suffer during the show due to production value. Aside from being overworked, the show is completely fan-based, meaning there will be huge popularity gaps between the different groups participating, which we can already see with the fan wars being started. Road to Kingdom already didn't do so well, view-wise, and with the unpredictable lineup that seemed to be appearing on Kingdom, I don't think the rating will be much higher. It's already visible that a lot of people will be watching for Stray Kids in 80s, but again, the popularity gaps are going to mean fluctuating results. I wish they would consider taking on rookie groups or just less popular ones that could do with the recognition, since it's not looking good for them right now. While Twice seem to be retaining their spot as the nation's girl group, ITZY are gaining international fans at lightning speed, and with the influx of fourth-gen stans, it really seems like the limelight might shift, if not next year then within the next 2 or 3 years. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, however. If ITZY become JYP's main moneymaker, girl group-wise, then I hope we get to see more personal projects from Twice, like solos, subunits, or even just more inclusion in their own music. Treasure. I know I'm not exaggerating when I say that both groups already have insane amounts of toxic stans for being rookies. The reason I chose to compare them to EXO and BTS is not because of companies or the groups themselves, but mainly because of the extent of the fan wars. There was already so much tension and fighting this year, so I can only imagine how bad it will get as both groups grow. The only basis I have ever found people arguing on is both being rookies in the same year, despite not being eligible for the same awards, and both coming from survival shows. And all I can hope is that these stupid fan wars don't end up negatively affecting the actual groups.